The outcome of frugal innovation was initially conceived as an opportunity for emerging market, reliable and affordable product and service availability based on the consumer's need. However, the meaning is still blurred. The study analyzed various definitions of frugal innovation from different human perspectives. However, it is premature to say that there is a vast need of a dedicated frugal innovation discipline or department. The study involves a systematic research approach in understanding various elements involved in the frugal innovation process by grassroots innovations and try to understand why it is different from the conventional innovation process. And if it is different, then what are the major differences? And then recently, the innovations were majorly claimed by developed countries like USA, Japan, UK, and few European Union countries. It would be correct to say that organizations, corporates, and government were not so keen on investing into new innovations or venturing into unknown territories until mid 80s. Industries were run by people with experience and personal beliefs. Pilot projects were also a new concept in that era. Hossein et al. Defined frugal innovation as resource scarce solution that is designed and implemented despite financial, technological, material, and other resource constraints, whereby the final outcome is significantly cheaper than competitive offerings and it's good enough to meet the basic need of customers who would otherwise remain underserved or unserved. This suggests few questions. First, what precisely does the idea of innovation came from, and why it is so important for the society or to address environmental needs? It is still a very fresh subject for the major segment of the society. It has, however, become a phenomenon in the late 20th century. However, innovation and especially frugal innovation was always existed and being practiced by the large part of the society. Better solution without neglecting any structural, technical, material, and financial aspect of the design. The paper is organized as follows. We first introduced and debate about the multiple ways of framing frugal innovation by grassroots innovators. The discourse on innovation have been generally of three kinds: innovation as a factor for change in society, innovation as progress, and innovation for its own sake, such as for personal recognition, prestige, for professional identity, for the value on which innovation relies and analyze, since they often involve as essential tension and lead to the development of dichotomies, such as traditional value innovations. Over the years, scholars like Nathan Rosenberg, Richard Nansel, Sanjay Lal have broadened the definition of innovation by incorporating minor and incremental change in the technical combination into ambit of innovative activities. Such minor or incremental innovations are mostly commonly observed technologically backward countries, primary to make an existing technology suit better in an environment where market size is small, capital scarcity is high, and preference for novelty is relatively low. Frugal innovation is defined as low cost yet high quality innovation, which is more affordable, sustainable, and scalable. It is also known as Jugaad in India. Jugaad ensures scalability and multiple effect with eye on bringing societal benefit with minimum profit. It also aims to bring rightful benefit to the innovator. However, it is not necessary that innovator is always benefited with the intellectual property. Ideation may start with an incidental quick fix to marketable product or system. Jugaad may lack the stem required to go on long run. The most recent example of a successful frugal innovation by grassroots innovator is Mitti by a school dropout innovator, Mansukh Prajapati, from Gujarat region of India. His motive was to innovate Mitti was purely based on his experience of being a consumer and also a service provider in the same business domain. The design was inspired to address the problem statement experienced by him and his associates. This particular frugal innovation example offer good enough to fulfill the need of local consumer in developing countries, yet they are significantly less expensive than alternative offerings. The aspiration behind frugal innovation are high. It is ascendable, replicable, widely applicable, and yet profitable. It will bring the poles together. It's not optional anymore. The term grassroots define individual innovator who often undertake innovative efforts to solve localized problems and generally work outside the realm of formal organization like business firm or research institute. One-on-one meeting with few professional innovators and grassroots innovators were scheduled to understand their way of innovation process. The professional innovator or a designer is a person who is studied and trained in the particular profession by choice. A professional designer based in India working in multinational design studio is highly trained professional, or for that matter anywhere. The designer is also trained in observing problem statement from various perspectives. However, it is not required for a designer to possess skill set or experience required in the terrain of problem area. Innovators are generally remunerated by the system and need not to worry if the outcome of the project does not successfully meet with the problem statement. The timeline of the project are carefully calculated and costs are considered accordingly. Various agencies are also involved and act as a supporting pillar to meet objectives and deadlines. The systematic design research methodology is adopted by the innovator in order to define, verify the claims by various stakeholders. Design research is also reviewed by and reviewed by monitoring and funding agencies time to time in order to avoid delay and miscalculations in the objective. Various subject experts are involved and their inputs are considered to make an intact system. Various sources are available to gather information. The source includes research papers, articles, journals, design projects, case studies, online resources, digital information, information about available sources, contact information of people, community, target audience, end users, etc. Digital and information technology based tools are provided to the innovator to escalate the process. The tools may include documentation tool, camera, video camera, drone, voice recorder, thermal data recorder, speed detectors, satellite imagery, drafting softwares, illustration softwares, 3D modeling softwares, simulation softwares, analysis softwares, etc. Innovators and teams are also equipped with the latest model making and visualization team. This helps in determining the feasibility and success of proposed solution. Wherein frugal innovator is an innovator by addressing the problem statement occurred while performing a professional operation or a social responsibility, mobility, social need, etc. It is also observed that people have become social innovator by developing empathy for others and decide to develop solutions for others. In most of the cases, no monetary benefit is being provided to the innovator. It is also observed that innovator does not follow any formal method of research, especially during the first project. It is also seen that the research method does not carry any value addition during the process. Innovator is mainly depending on their own experiences shared by family, community members, co-workers, and storytellers. Innovator is not required to possess any particular training or education to start with. If the innovator is successful on large scale and adopted by professionals for providing solution to the social need, they may like to go for skill upgradation or collaboration with professional agency. It is often observed that information sources are highly non-conventional. At the same time, the information are coming from the first-hand users. It is, however, should be considered high-value information. At the same time, the chances of receiving irrelevant information is very high. It may mislead the entire purpose of the innovation process. The innovator is not able to dedicate continuous time in the information gathering and solution process. The analysis of the information is not necessarily screened by various stakeholders. The innovator is generally not provided with any major monetary support. The technical information source is majorly the equipment or service vendor or provider. Basic photography and videography equipment are being used to carry information collection activities. Drawing concept development process is being carried out with basic facility available. The concept data is immediately shared with the local fabricators and service providers without assessment. Since the preventive measures are not taken during any stage, failure ratio is really high. Even the project is successful, it is very unlikely that the solution will address the entire community or segment in the society. There are many government NGO schemes are available of the grassroots innovators. However, the lack of information and amount of processing time discourage innovators for approaching for funding. Analysis and results. Definition. The difference between frugal innovation and innovation process is not clearly known. Moreover, no study in the frugal innovation literature empathically mention the origin of the concept. Grassroots innovation are not concerned at the first since it is not seen as a potential business model. Originality. The professional innovator solutions are inspired from various sources, as it may advocate the concept based on science and technology, wherein grassroots innovators solutions are mainly based on personal experience, socioculture aspects. It may be original and unique. However, there may be very small chances of getting it validated. Methodology. Professional innovators follow a strict guidelines laid by the parent organization or religion or region specific standards, wherein grassroots innovators may not follow any specific methodology. The process may be modified or revised according to the conveniency and availability of required resources. Timeline. The timeline taken by the professional is calculated before the project starts. It may include the research, ideation stage, and development. It may also consider the time required for developing manufacturing channel, marketing or publicity, establishing market supply channel. Interestingly, the process adopted by the grassroots innovators does not follow any timeline. The innovator is mainly engaged with other earning activities. The innovator may concentrate on the project whenever he or she gets time and financial liberty. However, the time taken by the innovator in any category may not guarantee the result. The result is entirely based on the problem statement being addressed in the solution. Aesthetical treatment. Aesthetic becomes the most important element, especially when the innovation is physical product or visual or digital tool. Professional innovators give adequate weightage to the aesthetics of the product design. At the same time, frugal innovator may not look into the aesthetic part at all during the process. Financial implications. Professional innovations are hired by different organizations to carry out research and providing solution. The financials include design and research fees, travel, prototyping, and analysis are the part of the fees. Frugal innovators are aspired to initiate innovation process due to difficulties faced by self or community members. Sometimes people take charge of the situation where no other way of improvement is left. There are numerous occasions where group of people delivers best of the solution to the society. The Dabbawala service of Mumbai is a classic example. From the customer's house to his office, the dabba will be handled by at least three different delivery men and up to 12 men, depending on which place it has been picked up and to which place part of the city it has to be dropped. It is not just a delivery service, but however, a frugal innovation intertwining various community harmony, traditional and cultural aspect, and deeply rooted human values. Societal need. Professional innovation is purely a commercial activity. However, an element of societal need is added if it is a part of design brief and client's requirement. Also, it is being considered as and where government and ethical rules are applied. In this paper, we have presented the perspective of the design between conventional innovation process and frugal innovation by grassroots innovator. The paper is purely focusing in the difficulties and challenges faced by the grassroots innovator along with lakes in the innovation. In future, it may be looked upon how to provide a better system which may be similar to the professional designers in order to bring out more grassroots innovations in the society. Thank you.